A 24-hour helpline has been set up to support vulnerable people in Kent who need urgent help, supplies or medication. The helpline, called Kent Together, provides a single, convenient point of contact for anyone in the county who is in urgent need of help during the coronavirus outbreak. To tell us more about this helpline and who it's targeted at is Kent County Council leader Roger Gough. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Roger.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us why you felt a need to set up this helpline?
Well, what we wanted to make sure was that we covered off everything to do with the needs that there are in the county and indeed the amount of activity that there is going on to match them. So at the moment there's been a huge upswing in voluntary activity in the county with people coming forward to help. Local councils and district and borough councils and parishes have done an enormous amount, particularly the districts and boroughs have done a lot to help coordinate that. And meanwhile, there are central government schemes as well, where central government is seeking to get food out to particularly the more vulnerable elderly with severe clinical needs. Now, that's quite a bewildering array of activity going on, and at the same time, people may well not be sure where they go looking for help, or indeed if they want to report about their concerns for someone else, for a friend or relative. Now, in many cases, they may come into the existing channels, but we thought it was actually very important that all those different strands of work, if you like, got picked up at a central point where they can then get pushed out to whoever can help best locally. And in fact, we found since the helpline was set up that there are quite a few cases which do arise in that way, and people get access to help and support certainly more quickly than they otherwise would.
Just for my listeners, we've had Martin Cox, leader of Maidstone Borough Council, on the phone quite a lot recently, talking about the Maidstone Community Hub, which they've just set up. How does Kent Together and that Community Hub either interact with each other, or how do they differ?
Well, the way it would interact is that it's, as I say, it's a kind of central resource that may well pass people over to those people working in the community hub. So there is a set of local hubs, as they're called, across the county, chiefly organised at district level, though some have got more than one per district. And as I say, there's quite a range of activity going on. What the helpline does is, if someone comes into it, we will then know where to refer them on to, where to put them in touch with, and very often, so we might pick up a particular need, which then the hub is actually able to respond to and supply that need. And that's certainly what we've been finding already. And it's worth saying that as the hubs have developed at local level, there's always been those groups have been working together at Kent level to support that. So in a sense, Kent Together is just another form of that working together.
So then, Roger, how do those vulnerable people that Kent Together has been set up for make contact?
Well, there are two ways. You can either, it's an overall, a whole help support service, so you can get to it online, which is often, of course, the most efficient way, which is on our website, kent.gov.uk/Kent Together, all one word. In fact, you'll find references to Kent Together on our homepage. Or if you do want to ring, and we appreciate that many people, perhaps particularly some quite vulnerable people, may well find that the better or only way that they would do it, then it's 03000 419292.
A little bit of a broader question, if I may. Here we are, 2 weeks into the lockdown. How well do you think Kent is prepared to deal with coronavirus if the numbers are similar to what is being projected nationally?
Well, I think, again, a great deal of work's been going on across all the services, certainly in health and in partner services such as local authorities. I think the key point is at the moment, the position is, I think, a good one. And as I said, a great deal of work has gone on. What we have to be very conscious of is that we all know that we are likely to be some way, I'm afraid, off the peak in terms of people becoming ill in some cases, sadly, people dying, and those pressures are only going to increase. Now, I think what you do see is that all the organisations involved in seeking to provide help are running at very full throttle. I think we are coming across new issues and new challenges each day and every day because something like this has such massive ramifications in terms of people's health, in terms of the economy, in terms of things like the charity sector and the impact on them. So each day we're seeking to respond to new challenges. And I think we have to be realistic to know that the pressures on people in Kent will only grow. But certainly an enormous amount of work has been done to prepare for that.
And speaking as a public servant in central government, one of the things that we've had to do is make a series of financial decisions very quickly to react to what is going on, which almost and kind of feels like it's going against the grain of what we're used to, which is sort of taking your time, that slow plodding approach which public servants are usually known for. Now, I guess the council is in the same position of having to make decisions very quickly, faster than you might normally like.
Yes, they do. They do. And I think, many decisions that we take in normal times, normal circumstances, there is a whole, sometimes even set out by legislation, a whole process of formal governance you've got to go through on that. And clearly also people work in a different way to some extent in normal circumstances to when the pressures are as great as they are. Something which may seem like a really major obstacle to getting something done in normal times, you tend to somewhat move to one side under these conditions. And as I say, under normal conditions, there's considerably more formal governance. You've still got to maintain an element of control over it because this is still, in the end, public money we're spending, public resource we're seeking to direct to the best places. But you're absolutely right. All of us have to move on this at pace. And I must say, I think organisations have stepped up to the plate on that over these last few weeks.
Roger Gough, leader of Kent County Council, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you.